Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Anaya, aka Life of Nye. And I just want to say that make sure that you always turn the water off when you're brushing your teeth. Okay, so today's video is going to be me showing you how I get my very natural, everyday makeup look using as minimal makeup as I can.
You got so much potential. Every moment spent with you, I bet was always eventful. I've never seen your type of species.
Now you can tweak this look and add anything or take away anything that you don't like or do like and make it your own, but this is just what I personally do. So hopefully this can help some people out. So the first thing I do, whether I'm wearing makeup or not, is I use sunscreen. Well, this is a moisturizer that has SPF in it, and it's by Neutrogena, and I use this every single day. I'm going outside, I'm putting this on my face. So I just apply that everywhere and make sure that's all rubbed in, because as some of you may know, some of you might not, like SPF can give you like a white cast. Like that's what in a lot of like foundations that have SPF in it, if you take a picture with flash photography, you'll look a little mostly ghostly, who let the ghost out, you know, because the SPF like has a white cast. So this I make sure that I really rub into my skin. Like hello. As you could probably tell if you watched my last video, if you didn't, then you probably won't. But this is a different lighting. It's a little bit more lighting. I figured, and a different background, which is, it's just my wall. But I figured I wanted to test out different settings, different backgrounds, different lighting situations, just to see what works best. And I think this definitely is a lot better than the last one. This obviously, this is not going to be the best it gets just because I am still using my phone. So when I get a camera, it's going to be a lot different because the quality is just going to be better. But as of right now, I hope this lighting is better. Because, like, the lighting in my last video, it wasn't terrible. But when it translates over, like, for me editing it and moving it through different things, it kind of lost its, like, the resolution went down. And because the lighting wasn't the best, it made it, like, worse. So hopefully this will be better lighting. I know this is showing you all my imperfections. I know it is, but oh well. Like I said, I'm being authentic. The next product I go in with is also by Neutrogena, and it is their Hydra Boost Water Gel with hyaluronic acid. And this is actually really good. However, like, it had, like, a little bit goes a long way, but, like, I just wish it had more. And the packaging is super bulky. Like, I like it because it looks expensive, you know, but it's very bulky. I'm not gonna say it's like hard to travel with because it isn't, but it's very bulky. Like, and by travel I mean on long trips. I wouldn't bring this like in your like to go makeup bag. I wouldn't bring this with me. This is something you use at home, but it is a very good moisturizer. And I used to put this on before I was going to sleep, but now I put it on during the daytime, and it makes my skin feel very smooth and like plump, I guess you could call it. And I just, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. I just scoop some up on the back of my nail and put it on. Okay, but I've had it for a while, and it like I still have a lot left, like a decent amount left. So it does last a long time, but I just wish that it was in a different container that maybe allowed it to come with a little bit more inside of it, because it says that it's 1.7 ounce, which is more than like a foundation, but I don't know. I feel like moisturizers should be big. You dumb. Okay, then the first thing that I'm gonna do is like deal with my eyebrow situation. Same brow gel I used in my last video. It's the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara. Still growing my brows out. They're still pretty unruly, but whatever. So now, one of my eyebrows is way higher than the other one. Like, actually, like, way higher. I can't tell which one it is right now because it's very hard to see in person, but something I notice is that when I take pictures with my back camera or videos with my back camera, it is very noticeable. Not sisters, they're not cousins, they're not even related. They're like barely friends. They're like acquaintances. Friendly acquaintances. But yeah. So I just do that because, like I said, I'm going to fill in my brows very lightly. Like, I'm just going to fill in my bald spot in this one and then, like, a little bit towards the end, but that's it. For concealer, This one is more of a personal preference. You can use whatever coverage concealer you want. If you want something that's really lightweight and just a little something to brighten, you can use that. If you want something that's full coverage and the same color as your skin, you can use that. I kind of use a mix. On my face, I use one that's the same color or almost the same color as my skin that's pretty full coverage. And then under my eyes, I use one that's a little bit lighter. And I'm going to be using the same products from my last video just because those are like my go-to products, because that was a get ready with me. So like I was using my go-to products. So this part isn't going to be all that interesting, but me explaining it to you, it's not going to be interesting, but yeah. So I'm using a Makeup Revolution concealer in C7, and this is the one that I use all over my face because it's close to my skin tone and it's full coverage. I'm not going to let this sit for too long because it gets, like, when it dries down, it's kind of hard to blend out. So I'm just going to apply it and then blend it. You know, me applying it on the other side of my cheeks should be enough time for it to dry down a little bit. And I just apply this. This is, like I said, this is personal preference because some people will only need to put this on, like, 2 spots on their face, but I need to apply it in many more. So I'm just applying it where I need it. I definitely am not applying this anywhere where I don't need it, though. I will say that I don't think I'm using too much of this. I'm going to use a dry sponge to blend it out on this side of my face, just because dry sponges give you more coverage. You see, like, this is kind of hard to blend out with a sponge, but dry sponges give you more coverage than damp ones. So I'm using this dry, and this is a Real Techniques sponge. And I know that didn't cover everything, but, like, you gotta let your imperfections show through, you know? If you do want more coverage, you can maybe go back in on just the areas where you want more. Like me personally, I'm just gonna put it a little bit more on the areas that are a little bit darker, that just need a little something else. But I'm not gonna put it everywhere that I put it before. But yeah, just the areas where you need just a little extra. Like, the main focus is going to be making it look as natural and as subtle as possible. So that's why we're not wearing foundation. We're not doing any of that. We're just putting concealer on. And this is really just to even out the skin tone more than it is to cover stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just to make you look more even. Next concealer I want to use, I actually didn't use in my last video. Girl, this is not the right one. Oh, yes it is. Never mind. This is the NYX concealer in the shade Medium. But I'm just going to put this under my eyes. This is like, it's kind of peach. So I'm kind of using it as a corrector. It definitely is not my shade in concealer or anything. So yeah, I'm more so using this just to correct the darkness under my eyes, because the concealer that I'm going to go in with under my eyes is not full coverage. So that's why I use it. I'm going with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. But yeah, this concealer, it definitely isn't as full coverage as the Makeup Revolution ones. Which, I mean, like, it's up for debate whether or not you need full coverage under your eyes. I personally, like, even if I need it, I still don't put it there. It's lightweight, light coverage, and it's pretty. And it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone. It's not too bright. And it's very golden yellow tone. I find that it builds very nicely. Like, me putting 2 layers will not make it look cakey at all. So I am going to do 2 layers. And it's very dewy, which I really like. I never tried the Pro Glow foundation, but I will, because this is really good. Because the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, when I first started getting into makeup, that was like my holy grail. Like, that was the only foundation that I used, because it was full coverage, which when I got into makeup, I had like even worse acne than I do now. So I needed that full coverage, so that was like a plus. And because it was my shade, or like the closest that I could find to my shade. So that was like the one I used consistently all the time. Okay, so far this looks really good. I don't know if you could tell on camera, but it does. Like, it covered as much as I wanted it to, but it still looks very natural. Like, I know that if I went out like this, if I didn't put powder over it, it would look like I didn't have makeup on. But I am going to put powder over it just because, girl, my makeup transfers so much. I basically did 2 layers of concealer. I'm trying to look and see if I feel like I should put more under my eyes. My eyes really, they're not that dark. Like, the only time my eyes are dark underneath is when I'm actually tired. Like, you know how some people, their eyes just always have, like, bags just because it's naturally... I don't have bags. I have, like, sockets. Like, my eyes are kind of sunken. But the only time that they're dark is when I'm actually tired. Like, if I didn't get my sleep out. That's when they tend to be darker. So, I didn't get all my sleep out last night, you know, so I am going to put just a little bit more. But like I said, this builds very beautifully. Like, this is my 3rd coat or layer, whatever you want to call it, and I can guarantee you it's still going to look really good. Like, I've been drinking water more often because I hated drinking water because, like, why would I drink something that doesn't taste like anything? Like, why? But when I was away, like, that was pretty much all I drank. So when I came back, I was just like, it wasn't hurting me then. It's not going to hurt me now. I might as well keep drinking it. I know it'll help me, so I might as well just drink it. So I've been drinking water lately, so I think it has helped my skin. In the short amount of time that I had been drinking, I think it definitely has helped my skin. My skin obviously didn't, like, miraculously clear the first cup of water I drank, but I can tell my skin it's a little bit different. And it's a lot less dry. Like, when I just put that moisturizer on, I know it was because of the moisturizer, but it's still, like, sometimes I would put that moisturizer on my face and my face would still feel really dry, but it didn't this time. And I know that's because I've been drinking my water, sis. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin foundation powder in the shade 30 Warm Nude. Depending on what you add, but me personally, I can get this look done. It depends on how much I fill in my eyebrows, really. That's what this whole look is dependent upon. But if I just do, like, the eyebrow gel, concealer, and powder, 5 minutes. If I fill in my eyebrows, less than 10. And if I do, like, whatever I add will add, like, a minute or 2. But pretty much, like, you should be able to get this look in 10 minutes or less. However, like I said, this is completely customizable to yourself. I'm just pressing this powder into my skin, and I really am just making sure that I press it and get it in there. Times, like, when my skin was doing really good, I would just wear this. Like, I would put a primer on and then just put this powder everywhere, and that was, like, my everyday makeup look. Just because it gave me, like, I was just trying to even my skin out. I wasn't trying to cover anything. So it did a really good job at just evening my skin. So if that's all you need, find a foundation powder that's as close to your skin as possible and just have your way with it, because they are really nice. And this one I think has a pretty decent coverage on it. This is the only foundation powder I use on my entire face, like, ever. But this one has pretty decent coverage. I will try out more just to like, be able to give my opinion on some, but this definitely, and I do use a decent amount of this, but by me pressing it into my skin the way you see me doing, it doesn't make it look as cakey as if it was, like, a loose powder that I dusted onto my face. Or even if I took this powder and dusted it onto my face, it looks a lot less cakey. Using this brush to really press it in. Oh, I just stabbed myself in the eye. Just press the powder into your skin. But once again, this is a personal preference. There are some pressed translucent powders. I know Rimmel, their Stay Matte translucent powder is so good. If you do this look and you don't need the extra coverage of foundation powder, I definitely would recommend that one, because it looks like nothing, but it sets your makeup, which is, you know, always what one is looking for in their makeup. Now, so obviously for some people this might be too much, but to me this actually looks really good. It looks really good. This is what I do for school, and a lot of the times I'm doing it at school. So this takes me 10 minutes or less, like I said, depending on what I do, but yeah. And it really is a simple on the go, like, you keep the concealer eyebrow stuff, powder, and a brush and a sponge or however in your little travel makeup bag, and you'll be good to go. If you touch your face, like, it does not feel like I have makeup on. And it doesn't really look like it that much either. I look very matte, so that kind of makes it a little bit more obvious. But once that powder really seeps in and my oil starts to come through, I won't look as matte. For brows, you can either go just brow gel, you can go just pencil, you can go just powder. If you're one of those people who, this is how I used to be, like, I would use, like, my eyebrows to be bold, like, regardless of how much makeup I had on. So if you're one of those people, you could use just pomade. Some people don't need to fill on their eyebrows at all. You could just let them rock. But I'm going to fill mine in just because of my situation. But if my eyebrows were actually done, I would not fill them. But yeah, I'm just going to, like, I'm just filling it in. Yeah. For the front of my brow, with this, I put product there, but then I use the spoolie to, like, blend it out, and it makes it look really nice. And then I give myself, like, a little bit more of an arch just because I don't have one. Now, obviously, some people are not going to like my brows, but oh well. Do your brows how you usually do them. If you don't usually do them, then don't. That's something that I really want to achieve that I feel like I haven't yet, like filling in my brows and making them not look like they're filled in. Like, I don't think I've ever achieved that, and I really would like to. Because, like, when I first started doing makeup, like I said, I filled in my brows really dark. And, like, at first it wasn't by choice, but then, like, I realized, like, I like the way it looked, like, having bold brows with not a lot of other makeup on. So I just stuck with it. But now, like, I really like to look at natural brows, which is why I'm letting my eyebrows grow out. But I still feel like even now, it still looks like they're filled in, you know what I mean? Not as much because I did go very lightly, but, like, if I was to use even a little bit more, it would really look like they were filled in. I go back in with the brow mascara again. This would be, if you want to, like, if this is good, if you ever feel like you do your brows, like, they look too much, this is good because it kind of, like, it combs through and gets all the hairs, it, like, grabs all the hairs and brings them out. So even if your brows still do look a little dark, they won't look so, like, artificial because your hairs are out. Now, at this point, you can go in with, like, mascara if you want to. I personally wear highlight. I wear highlight no matter what the look is, just because I think it looks really pretty. My favorite highlighter to use for this step is the Milani, like, highlighter. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's, the name of it is Sun Glow, like the shade. And I would normally go in with that just because it blends so beautifully into my skin. But the one that I have broke. The one thing about those Milani highlights, like, this is my 4th one of that Sun Glow one, and it broke. It breaks so easily. I say it breaks, it's from, like, my makeup bag that I keep in my purse or my book bag. Like, it breaks so easily. Now I'm just gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Precious Petals, because your goal for this type of look is to just achieve a very natural glow. So really, what I should have did was use a liquid highlighter, but it's too late for that now. Next step would be to set your face, because I think you should set your face regardless of what makeup look you do. You should just set your face just for it to last. And especially if you're doing a makeup look that's supposed to look very natural every day, it's important because you want the powders to really seep into your skin if you use them. And if you didn't, you want that concealer to last without the powder. So either way, a setting spray is really good, especially for a look like this. So I'm just going to go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Let me just say, I've had this for so long, and I used a decent amount of it, and it still has so much in it. Like, I've had this since Christmas 2017, and it's like Christmas is coming up. So I've had it for almost a year. So you just set your face, and then the final step would just be putting something on your lips. This is another thing that is personal preference. You can wear a lipstick, a lip gloss, you can wear chapstick, Carmex, whatever you like. I usually go for a gloss every day just because it looks nice, or Carmex because it hydrates my lips and it can look like a gloss at the same time. Which is, like, it looks like red, but it doesn't show up like that, and it's the flavored lip gloss. It says, like, Beauty Rush flavored lip gloss, and this is the color Punchy. And I like to use this. I like this one because because it has like you see how dark it looks in the bottle, but it doesn't show up that dark, but it puts color on my lips, and I like that. But yeah, so this is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to. Leave a comment if you feel like, you know, whatever you feel like doing, and let me know what you want to see, you know, because I want to put out videos that people actually want to see. I don't want to, there's no point in wasting my time filming videos that nobody cares about. So let me know if you like this one. Let me know if you want to see a version of this that's like a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more on the face, maybe mascara, maybe a little, you know, something a little bit more like, this is what I call supernatural no makeup. So let me know if you want to see something that's like, it's still natural, it's not a full beat, but it definitely isn't no makeup, you know. Let me know if that's what you want to see. See you in my next one.
I ain't no average bitch. True. Baby, come swing my way. Yeah. I'ma put you